My name is Leah Freeney. I'm a member of the Illinois Student Assistance Commission, also known as ISAC. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys. Okay. You guys see it?
I cannot see it.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. We can see it.
Okay, sounds great. Still loading really quickly on my end. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to give you guys the abbreviated version of our financial aid presentation here at ISAC. So just to get started, to let you guys know, ISAC, we're a college access and financial aid agency in the state of Illinois. So we administer scholarships, grants, prepaid tuition, and student loan repayment and forgiveness programs. And our mission statement is to provide Illinois students with information and assistance to help make education beyond high school accessible and affordable. So just to jump into some important key points, when planning for college, there's a lot of important questions you want to ask. These are some of the important things you want to think about, like financial aid, FAFSA, when and how do I apply, all that good stuff. So just make sure you ask as many questions as possible. So financial aid is money that is borrowed, given, or earned, and this can be obtained from various sources, and it ultimately helps you pay for college. So financial aid makes college affordable for you and your family, and it is intended to make up the difference between what your family can afford to pay and what college actually costs. So if you think you cannot afford college, think again and just wipe that idea from your head, because there are tons of financial aid out there for you to receive after you do the research and apply to all the things out there. So we have two main types of financial aid. We have gift aid, and that comes in the form of grants and scholarships. That is the money that is given to you, hence the gifts, so you don't have to pay that back. And then you also have self-help aid, and that comes in the form of loans and work study. So of course, you know, loans, that's temporary money that you take out to pay for school, and you have to repay that back depending on your financial aid status, with or without interest. And work study is just an on-campus job. So yeah, work study, on-campus job. We have different sources of financial aid. So we have the federal government. An example of that is like the Pell Grant. We have the state government. An example of that is the MAP grant. We have college, also known as institutional aid. An example of that is like if your college gives you an athletic scholarship. And then we also have outside/private sources for financial aid. And that's if like you receive a scholarship from, let's say, your church or any other outside loans aside from the loans that your college offers you. So these are just some great financial aid sources that you should get to know. We have our website on the left-hand side, which is the ISAC website. And then on the right-hand side, we have the student aid website. And both these websites give you information about grants, scholarships, tuition, loans, work study, all that good stuff. So if you have any more questions, feel free to visit both these websites to get more information. And again, I'm going to go through these fairly quickly. So we have the two grants, big grants, MAP grant, Pell Grant. ISAC, we have our different grant programs and teaching programs, as well as the Department of Education. They have their different programs as well. And again, all these programs can be found on their websites. When you're looking into loans, you want to make sure you look into the source of the loan, see if it's subsidized versus unsub, look at the interest rate, and look at the repayment options and grace period. And this is just to give you an idea of the different options you have and to look at the rules and regulations that come along with these loans. How to apply for financial aid. So again, we have the FAFSA, we have the alternative app, and then we also have other different forms of financial aid, like scholarships and grants that you can apply for outside of those applications. So the FAFSA is the first step for many families to begin applying for that. And this gives you state and federal aid, financial aid. Some colleges use it for institutional aid, and this application is free. And then we also have the alternative app. This application is only for state financial aid, and it is only open to qualifying undocumented students and transgender students who are not eligible to complete the FAFSA. And colleges also use the alternative app to award institutional aid, and this application is also free. Just as a quick reminder, you cannot fill out the FAFSA and alternative app. It is either or, but you can't do both. So figure out which one you're eligible for, and you can look that up online on their websites, and they'll tell you if you're eligible for the application. So just some other important information. So you want to make sure that you fill out your applications as far as the FAFSA and alternative app as soon as it opens on October 1st, and also check with your colleges to see what their deadlines are. This is for high school seniors and college students. We have the two websites I just explained, which is the FAFSA and the alternative app, and that awards you federal and state aid, financial aid. And like I said, some institutions use it to award you scholarships at their college. So just basic information needed. So when you're filling out these applications, you want to make sure you get your tax returns, your W-2s, and other records of income, and a list of colleges you would like to attend. So for the FAFSA and alternative app, you can list up to 10 institutions. So make sure that you just have a list of the schools you want to go to. This is just talking about the electronic signature. The application walked you through all of this, so it'll explain it all once you fill it out. And just going through some more of this. So for college, just look into the direct and indirect expenses. So direct expenses are things you have to pay directly to the school. So for example, tuition and fees, that's something that you have to pay to the institution, right? And then you have room and board, that can be a direct or indirect expense because let's say you decide to stay on campus. That will be a direct expense you pay to the school. But let's say you decide to stay with a parent, that will be an indirect expense. So that's not something you're paying directly to the institution. Some more examples of indirect expenses are transportation, books and supplies, and other living expenses. And all of these things are added together to calculate your cost of attendance, also known as your COA. So the basic financial need formula that most schools use, they take the cost of attendance minus the expected family contribution, also known as your EFC, and that is what your family is expected to contribute per year to attend school. So they subtract those, and that generates your financial need. And again, if you guys have any more questions at the end, feel free to reach out to me and I can explain this further. So once you fill the FAFSA and alternative app out, you'll receive your award letter, which is also known as your financial aid offers. And you want to just take a look at each award letter to see what's best for your family and to see what's the best financial decision and which college will work best for you. We have a really cool tool on ISAC's website. It's the financial aid comparison worksheet. And basically, let's say you're torn in between 3 schools financially, right? So you can go online to our website, go to this link right here, and you can literally walk through your award letter and put the numbers in, and it will generate at the end your out-of-pocket costs for each school. So that's a really cool tool. If you're like, I don't know which school is going to be the best financial decision, we break down those numbers to show you exactly what you'll pay out of pocket for that school. And again, these are just some important tips and reminders. You want to complete the FAFSA or alternative app as soon as it opens on October 1st. Make sure your information is correct, and understand that everything is confidential on these applications. Just make sure you also submit any extra documentation that may be required for verification purposes if you're selected for that, and any other additional forms that your college may need from you. Also, keep track of application deadlines, keep a copy of everything you submit just for your own documentation, and you have to reapply every year as a reminder. So every year you're in school, you have to apply for the FAFSA and reapply for the alternative app in order to receive that financial aid. And so this is just a quick overview of the financial aid process. So you complete the applications, you review your data, you complete verification if you are selected for that, receive and review your award letters, respond to your colleges and universities and let them know if you'll be attending that school for the next academic year. Complete all pending processes, meaning any extra documentation they need from you, make sure you submit that on time. And then you renew your FAFSA or alternative app every year. So this is our student portal here at ISAC. Again, you can go online and you can look at a plethora of information that we have, from scholarship searches to financial aid, money management tips, different careers and jobs out there that may be a good fit for you, and other college planning tips. And these are some other trusted websites that you can look into, so feel free to screenshot these as well. And if you have any more questions or concerns, we have a really cool resource here at ISAC. If you're someone who's like, I don't like being on the phone all the time, you can text us and ask us questions about financial aid or any other college-related questions and have a conversation with our experts here at ISAC. So you would pick the area code closest to you and text us your name. And you can also find this online as well on our website. And this is my contact information. Again, my name is Leah Freeney. Here's my email. And here's my work number. If you guys have any more questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me and I can answer those for you guys. And that'll be all for my presentation. Thank you.